Okay, recap on what we just did.
We finally made it to Narrows in Zion, and that was my favorite hike personally, because I'm a big wussy when it comes to heat, and it was shaded, it was a nice breeze, it was walking through water, it was perfect. the thunderstorm warnings because they basically said around like noon, like be out of the canyon by noon because there's like high probability of thunderstorms and flash floods today. So we're like, all right, so we kind of booked it, and I forgot to download my All Trails map for the Narrows, so I have no idea how far we went, but we went until we were up to our chests, and then I just said no more. Because by the time we had turned around, it was going to be way past when we were supposed to be out of there.
So we started it around, well, we left the car at around 8:30, but we had to take the shuttle. That probably took a half hour.
So I'd say we probably got there by like 9.
And we walked until about 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, obviously we turned around halfway through that.
Yeah.
So
it was an out and back, not a loop.
it's an out and back.
What about 1 million people?
Yeah,
like,
there was a lot of people.
But it is interesting because it, like about a half a mile in, it really does peter out a little bit. It gets way thinner. Like it's very congested at the trailhead, like where you get in and out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, there's about a 1 mile paved approach trail that's not in the river. And that was basically a procession of people.
Yeah, the river walk.
Yeah, and the river walk's a cool walk if you are
like
not super into hiking.
Yeah.
And you don't want to hike super far, but you do want to go see what the Narrows looks like.
It's super pretty.
But so logistically, we got up pretty early to try and get out there. We didn't actually manage it with all the rentals and everything.
Yeah.
Until 9. But talk about the rentals, what we did.
We went to Zion Outfitters, which is at the visitor center right outside of the park.
The gate, yeah.
Like literally right outside of it. And we both got waterproof or neoprene socks and like these, I don't know, what water walking boots. Well, I don't even know what they're called.
Yeah, they're just sort of some kind of
boot.
Ankle covering rubberized boot that had Velcro tops.
Yeah.
I took a video, so I'll show them.
And then
And by the way, those are not waterproof.
No.
There's some confusion. Those are not waterproof.
It's
all
like
they
a
do
wetsuit.
is they're like a wetsuit. They keep your feet.
You get wet.
They keep your feet warm because of the neoprene sock, and they support your ankle.
Yep.
Because there's lots of
and
ankle
your toes.
twisting. So you could conceivably go buy your own neoprene socks if you don't want to do rentals, and it's kind of gross anyway.
You can fit them inside your boot.
And then you could wear some of your own shoes that were ankle covering. We saw lots of people wearing water shoes and sandals and even
Crocs.
tennis shoes. Yeah, there's people wearing Crocs. I mean, there's people playing music. This is that whole thing that you experience on the trail, right?
Like a ton of
when there's a lot of people. But
and they offer sticks too. Like
and they have
broom handles.
The rental place has sticks. But the point about the ankle covering shoes, whatever you choose, is that you can move quite a bit faster.
Oh yeah.
And you're a lot safer if you choose shoes that are appropriate for that, and you're not out there in like little water shoes.
I was very surprised how comfortable those socks and boots were.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be heavy. I thought they were going to be they were going to rub weird because neoprene on your bare skin, and I thought that they were going to give me like hot spots and blisters that I couldn't feel because of the cold water. And so far so good. I think I got away unscathed.
Yeah, and the water was like
the water was
perfect temperature.
It was pretty warm.
It was we're like used to super cold. That was like, it was cool.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like I mean, I guess it was warm, like for what we're comparing it to at home.
And because we were doing the morning hike, we didn't have a lot of heat or sun in the canyon.
We had a bunch of shade.
We had a little bit of sun on the way out.
And then we used our own hiking poles. Like I have a set from Costco, and Andrew has a carbon fiber.
Set. We didn't use the wooden poles. We went, because they ask you to take one wooden pole. We went with dual trekking poles.
And I have to say,
and that was probably a better call.
Having the two for balance on those, it was way nice. There are some spots that are slippery, but I noticed it wasn't really slippery until you got way further in to the hike. I don't know if that's true. Like there's more people and wiping like the algae off of the rocks or whatever it was, but it was super fun. I personally loved it. It was my favorite hike. I was a little like nervous because the rentals cost like what? How much was it per boot?
It was a little over $30, maybe $35 for a pair.
Yeah, for a pair of boots. So I was a little nervous that it was going to be like a waste of my time. I wasn't going to like it. I was a little nervous about the weather. But I had a great time. The weather was perfect. There were too many people, but that's just, you know.
You can out hike that though.
Duh, yeah. It was great. I loved it. I loved it.
And then when we got out of there, it was probably 2:30, and
Boom.
there was a big old thunderstorm.
We were
approaching.
looking up like the canyon every 5 minutes and making sure that the sky was blue and we didn't hear anything weird, and then like the water didn't get muddy and murky and weird, like all those signs that they tell you.
Why is it important though? We
to
didn't
look
mention
out
why.
for flash floods.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was blue sky, literally not even a wisp of a cloud the whole time we hiked. I'm not kidding you. We got on the shuttle, went down 2 stops, turned around, huge dark cloud over where we just were. It like happened so fast. And by the time we got back to the visitor center, which only takes like 25 minutes because we stopped, thunder, lightning. Well, no, I don't know about lightning, but thunder for sure. I heard it. It's crazy.
Yeah, thunder rolling down the canyon.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
now,
so that's
we're
the
going
update.
back to the hotel. We're gonna have an early dinner, maybe do some swimming. Maybe.
We're gonna chill.
We're gonna have a very relaxed.
This is our last official day before we start traveling home. So
We'll drive tomorrow back through Zion, and then to that observation point.
yeah, East Mesa Trail.
East Mesa Trail observation point.
Yep.
It's like 6-7 miles.
We'll pop that out as soon as we can in the morning.
Yep, and then we'll just
drive, and we're driving to Provo.
Utah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.